Shalom Akim, Kahalan Maya Bashim Yasha Bashir Hakudash, and Daba on Instagrams and Apostles. Thadia Shah for the strength and to make this video, and yours as I find it edifying and also exhorting too. So, just came across this article recently, and of course, considering the time that we're in, 25th just passed a few days ago, but I'm just getting to it. It says, rotten turkeys spark Christmas fury as Tesco, Sainsbury's, Lidl, and Asda are blamed. And these are major supermarket chains over here in the UK. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Lidl, and Asda, man. It says, once again, rancid turkeys and inedible beef have ruined Christmas dinners up and down the country as the yearly tradition of sharing rotten meats from the supermarkets on social media is back again. So of course, as I named the video, a sign of Esau's kingdom decaying. And Yaratazar, if I haven't said it, once again, double honors to great Muslim apostles and the elder bishops of Great Muslim also. And Thadia Shah for the strength in order to make this video. But yeah, this is a sign really of Esau's kingdom decaying, man. Let me read into it, and then we're gonna get. The article was published by Zesha Salim, 640, 25th December 2025. Right, obviously you can see the image right here. That turkey ain't it ain't of a higher quality, man. So of course these Edomites are quite angry with what they got. Some of them, it's like every single year it happens, man. It's a yearly tradition. Of course, he says that in a sarcastic manner. Now it says Christmas is a year of precious traditions, and that includes the annual complaints of festive dinners. I'm gonna click something, hold on. Right, where was I? So it says Christmas is a year of precious traditions, and that includes the annual complaints of festive dinners ruined due to rancid turkeys. And of course, people are saying they got mold in them. The food's turned bad, man. That's the point. The food has turned bad here. Now it says here, social media has once again been filling up with hungry Brits raging that the meats they ordered in their deliveries or bought in store are not up to their desired Christmas standards. Once again, many angry shoppers posted their grim birds on Twitter/X, claiming that their festive meals were now utterly ruined because of their local supermarket. So of course, really, we know that part of the curses for Israel is defiled meat, man. Shall get into it in Ezekiel 4. So this is Ezekiel 4 and verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. He says, and the Lord, which the key part is in verse 13, Ezekiel 4 and 13, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So of course the Most High, and the thing is, even Jacobs were partaking in the world, they're going to experience this too. Those celebrating the idols festival, if that's even a way to put it. So it says, it comes after England's best butcher shares his top tips for cooking and perfect turkey this year. What does it say? It says one posted tagging Tesco in their complaint, just opened the turkey I ordered and it has mold on it and the smell is awful. It's rotten. Just like the way Esau's kingdom is going to be, man. It's a sign of Esau's kingdom decaying, man. That so-called Christmas spirit is dead. And it's just becoming more and more dead, as the years go by, man. Even Jake in the world getting tired of celebrating it. It's that affects that so-called spirit is just dulling and dulling and dulling. It has no effect anymore. Only those who are in a strong delusion, they keep going, man. But the energy ain't there no more. Anyways, um, it says thank you for ruining Xmas. It is short for Christmas. I don't have a backup, so it's just stuffing a pig's in a blanket, which is still another. I say another. Turkey is fine to eat, by the way. Any other day is fine to eat, you know. But pigs in a blanket, that's pork, that's swine. So that's a detestable meat right there, unlawful meat. Now it says pigs in a blanket for us. It says if they, it's probably an Edomite saying this. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a Jake that was saying it. If they aren't off too, never again. OMG, the smell is everywhere. Need candles ASAP. It says the X post was accompanied by an image of a very odd looking pale turkey with dark spots. It also looks unappetizingly slimy. Another customer was also left upset by the state of Tesco's Gamon joint this year and wrote collected order 23 December. Collected order 23rd December, I believe. Or order 23. Anyways, let me get a preset, man, because Esau's feeling it right now, man. Because right now, the Israelites were the ones going through the curses, but now it's being flipped on Esau's head. It says Deuteronomy 20 and 16 to 17, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. So, whatever Esau has produced in his lands, in terms of the livestock and obviously the grains, the crops, all of that's going to be corrupted, man. It's going to be cursed. Part of the signs you see is also that turkey having mold. As I zoomed into the image, when in the article. So verse 17 again, it's Deuteronomy 20 and 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, man. Let me read verse 31 as well. I believe 31 is also a good one too. Because that can apply to Esau, Edom too, man, since the curses are going to be flipped on them now. Deuteronomy 20 and 31, thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass, donkey, shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue thee. And of course, this is really a curse unto Jacob. But Esau's really feeling it in his own way too. As it says in the top part of verse 31, it says, and thou shalt not eat thereof, of whatever livestock that you be using to celebrate your idol festivals. All that's going to be corrupted and cursed, man, as it says within Deuteronomy 28 and verse 17 as well. So that's really the point there, man. Esau Edom, he's going to start feeling it soon. Well, he already is feeling it. So let's get let me get this. Ecclesiastes 3 talks about a time for certain things to happen and a time for certain things not to happen. Key part is verse 4. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And normally it shows the contradiction here with Esau Edom, or I don't know if I should call it dichotomy, because the fact that Christmas is supposed to be that time where people, especially Edomites, Jake as well, in their own delusion, and it's supposed to be some happy time, man. They celebrate and whatnot, exchange presents, raise up a Christmas tree. I'm gonna get that precept soon as well. But nevertheless, they're getting frustrated. They're getting they say their Christmas has been ruined, man. They're sad right now. And that's how it's going to be, man. As Esau Edom is going down, getting frustrated, getting angry, the same way Jake was angry. as they were going through the curses, and sad and mourning as they were going through the curses. Esau, Edom's going to suffer through it as well. And so he will be the one weeping, and he will be the one mourning. So Ecclesiastes 3 verse 4, a time to weep, which is what Esau's coming into right now, and a time to laugh, which is when Jake is going to come into, especially in the kingdom, man. Jake going to be laughing a lot. And you know, when Jake laughs, he rinses it. Jake rinses it. So it says a time to mourn and a time to dance. Right, let me get this as well. Oh yeah, I said I was going to get that, yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh spake unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. And it's true, it says, learn not the way of the heathen. You know, that involves also the customs of the heathen. You know, Christmas, Easter, Halloween, New Year, and all these other darn vain festivals, and pagan festivals of, these heathens, man. Esau, Edom, of course, creating most of them, anyways. So, verse 3 says, "For the customs of the people are vain." You see, as I just said. So about scriptures being the root of it, man. It says, "For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, and they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not." You can't tell me that I ain't talking about a Christmas tree, man. That's why the scriptures are cold. Downright truth and direct. Right here, it says they deck it with silver and with gold, man. And typically, those in Christmas trees, they have those little, I'm gonna just call them ornaments. Ornament balls that are silver and gold colored, man. Especially those major ones that you probably see in major cities. Anyways. So that's the point there. But I said I was gonna also mention this too. 6 and verse 21. It says, "Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh." And that's really a representation of Jake, man, of Israelites. And getting to the point here in verse 25. "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger." Esau, Edom, they're the ones who are full right now, comfortable in their kingdom. "Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." Remember, we read Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 4, a time to weep, man. And that's going to be for these Edomites. All right, let me get back to this article. Just read a few more, and that'll be it. Look at this one. So just notice date is 24th December, and it smells. Cooking this for Xmas dinner, disgusted. Look at that, man. My gosh. What are people eating nowadays, man? Yeah, man. People, even Edomites are like, nah, this ain't it. The children of fools can discern that, nah, this turkey ain't good. Anyway, so meanwhile, another customer was left upset by the state of their turkey from Sainsbury's. They wrote, "Thank you at Sainsbury's, a rotten turkey from your Longwater Norwich store opened it up to a Christmas morning stench. I'm certainly going to taste the difference with this." You better not eat that, because that ain't looking right. Alright, let's see some more. The poster also shared a photo of their ruined turkey, which had a sell-by date of December 27th. The bird itself looks very sad. Exactly, why wouldn't it be? The color's off-putting, the meat clearly inedible, which means you can't eat it. What's interesting is it says the bird itself looks very sad. Let me get a precept on that. This is Romans 8 and verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. I think there was actually another part. Oh yeah, it was actually verse 21. Salakia. Let me read from. Read verse 21, verse 22. Romans 8 and verse 21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. So of course, until the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahshai are put in their place for rulership, until Yahshua's kingdom is established, creation is going to be groaning, man. It's going to be sad. So that's why the person saying the bird looks sad, it makes sense because Esau, Edom is in rulership, man. Then read this in the NLT. Romans 8 and 21. The creation looks forward to the day when it will join the Most High's children in glorious freedom from death and decay. And that's what Esau brings, death and decay, quite literally. For we know that all creation has been groaning as in the pains of the children of the childbirth right up to the present time. So yeah, man, Esau bringing up that death and decay. People are getting tired of Esau Edom, man. That's why people walking around in that dead state, dead spirit, no life in their eyes. There's a reason, man. Because all the darn food is just filled with death. That's why we're grateful to Yahweh Shem Yahshua for keeping Harakah Kodash and maintaining us as lively stones. In this flipping world that we live in. This decaying world that we live in. Because through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, Harakah Kodash, the Spirit Holy, Ha meaning the, Racha meaning the Spirit, Kodash meaning holy. In other words, the Holy Spirit that keeps us to be as lively stones, man, despite the environment that we're in. 1 Peter 2 and 5, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua HaMashiach, man. So all things through the Holy Spirit that Yahushua has given us. As it said within Acts 1 and verse 8. Right, let's see, let me get this preset and I'm going to close it out, man. Right, so... this is Jeremiah 29 and verse 14. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will turn away your captivity. When Jake goes through afflictions and curses, in Deuteronomy 28, and I will gather you from all the nations and all the places whither I have driven you. Because remember, Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27 talks about the Most High scattering us. I believe verse 27 to 28. Scattering us from to these other heathen nations. And from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. So of course we're all going to return into the land of Israel, our actual land. Not these temporary lands, our actual land, which these Amalekites are taking over for the temporary time being, but they're going to be shoved off in due time. So yeah, Shalom. Bashim Shabrakatha and Yaratazar. You find it edifying, informative, and exhorting as well, man. Because Esau's kingdom, from those decaying turkeys of corrupted food, really, because of the fact that they got mold in them, it's a sign of Esau's kingdom decaying. So yeah, Shalom, Bashim Shabrakatha, and once more double on Instagram, some apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom.